This session is just an intro session, so we're not really going to go into a whole lot of details, but tonight is just to introduce the concept, explain you what it's all about, and then obviously as we go along, we will have more of these sessions. So I'm not going to be long, and I'm going to try and dive straight into remember. And again, I said, please remember, this is just an intro session. We as Manroli are offering 2 opportunities in the solar industries. Both these opportunities are not easy opportunities, and it requires a lot of dedication, hard work, clear strategy, etc. So it's not just something that we come in here with a Ponzi scheme and things that are not tangible, and people think, I'm just going to join the session, going to sleep tonight, and I'm going to become a millionaire. But if you do all the things above, the dedication, the hard work, have a clear strategy, I can assure you that you will become a millionaire. It's not all these pay now things and then 3 months down the line, you've been scammed and things like that. Your destiny is in your own hands, how you see it, how you think out of the box, and how you want to take it forward. We as Manroli is going to be here to guide you and to assist you all the way. And we know where our challenges is, and that's where we as a team need to come up with those solutions, and I'll delve into it later. What's important if you want to be part of this is to educate yourself. Today is not like in the old days where you had to go into CNA and go and buy books and things like that. If you've got data, you've got a phone, you can go into Google and you can read about the industry and understand how the industry works. That is very important, because we want people that will sell and be part of us that understands the industry today and both going forward. If you're not a salesperson, but you obviously are unemployed or you're looking for opportunity to make extra money or whatever, you also will have to look and go and Google how to be a good salesman, because this is like anything else. We need to sell it and we need to convince the buyer to obviously buy them. So the 2 opportunities that we want to talk about is the sales side of the business, and the second side is the installation side of the business. Now, most of us got DSTV. We know that DSTV belongs to, what is the company again? But it belongs to that company. And then they do the broadcasting, but they've got installers that brings the decoder, that puts the dish on your thing, that does the wiring and things like that. Those people don't work for DSTV, but they became accredited installers. Now, that's the type of business that we're talking about here. We will be selling the solar system, but we will need people that will go and install it. And that's a business you're going to create on your own and put it together. But I'm going to come back. Let me discuss the installers first. If you want to become installer, you know it's got to do a lot with electricals and all those other things. Again, it's open to women, it's open to men. You don't need any qualification up front. So you don't have to come for me to say you need to have matric with 60% maths, or you have to have studied some subject in electrical engineering or electrical subject or science or something like that. You don't need any qualification. All you basically have got to do is to understand English, and you need to be able to write and be able to read, at least the basic reading and writing. So that's what you need to become installer, no formal qualification. The course to become installer is a 3-month course. So you will have to go and study, or online studying, whatever way we're going to do it, for a total of 3 months. After 3 months, you will get the qualification where you are certified to go and do the installer. Now, somewhere along the line, you can become installing company and you don't physically have that qualification, but you can send your people that you are going to employ, whether it's your children, whether it's your neighbor or whoever in your area, and you can let them get trained and then come and work for you, and you are just managing. So it all depends how you want to put the business. And as I said, this is an intro session. As we go along, we'll have sessions that will go more into detail on the business side of it, which space you want to be in, and then basically we can take it from there. Obviously, the course is not for free. It's 11,500 Rand to do the course. Now, currently, we as Monrovia, we are looking at options to see how we can work around it, to see if we can give people a loan in the meantime to do the course, if we can get government subsidy to do the course. We're still busy sorting all those things out. As I said, we are a startup now. We're busy putting all this together. But if you can afford on your own, the course is 11,500. Now, obviously, there's a way that you can look at it and says, okay, fine, let me do my first sale, which you can get anything between 7,500 to 10,000 Rand to even 12,000 Rand a sale. And then I can pay for my course out of my first sale. And then I can also then do it from there. All the other sales that I do, I will be the personal installer. So you can be a salesperson alone, or you can be a salesperson and installer. Now, what it will mean is that if you get a sale, you get your commission for the sale. Let's round it off and say it's, don't hold me to it. I'm just saying it's 1,000 Rand or 10,000 Rand. You get that commission. And then because you brought the sale, you'll have exclusive right to do the installation. And for installation, it all depends on the size of the order, but it's from about 2,000 to about 20,000 Rand per installation. So if you get one sale, your commission and installation can even go up to 30,000 Rands that you just earn out of just making one big sale. Now that is a normal 5 kilowatt household sale. That's about 150,000 Rand off grid. But now imagine if you get a school or something like that. Maybe you get a big factory and that order is about 20 million Rand or something like that. For that one order, you can make yourself, with excluding between the installation and the commission, easy between 2 and 3 million Rand just on that one order. So imagine if you get 10 of those orders, you make yourself 20 million Rand. So that's what I said. If you work hard, you can make this thing. Obviously, we need God to help us. You need a bit of luck. You need a bit of people that you can speak to, and then you can basically take it from there. So that's regarding the installers. And obviously, you guys will then ask me further questions, but I'm just summarizing because we don't have a lot of time here. And obviously, the sales is the next thing that I want to discuss. It's obviously when you register, you do that application, and then Tammy will come back and say to you, okay, fine, you are now a salesperson, and obviously you can go and get the sale. And I want Tammy, she's done some kind of a nice pamphlet. It's a small abbreviated pamphlet again. Maybe after this meeting, post it on that WhatsApp group, and it will give you a guidance more or less how things are working. And I just want to add, just to go off the thing, the reason why we closed that people cannot get there, because as Monrovia Holdings, we've got so many projects that we're going. We've got Roll It, which is our social media that we're just busy with. We're going to change it. You guys are going to see it's going to look lovely. It's going to go to Web3. We're busy with the metaverse. There's a whole lot of things. So we just a bit thin. So if we've got to open that and answer people's questions the whole day, we will just not find the time. But as the company grows and we put the right people in place, then those people will just run those things, and you will have all the access and questions to the people that are on hand. Okay. If you want to become a salesperson, you've got to know yourself. First of all, that you're a professional person, that you can maintain integrity, because as I said, this is not a Ponzi scheme where people gonna come and look at opportunities to defraud people or do all those type of things. That's not our style and our way of working here. I know people like to talk, but we're not shy to say we like to work with people that are God-fearing and that works on the principle of God. We want people that are prepared to educate themselves and come forth as people that understand the industry and that's knowledgeable. When you're a salesperson, we want you to know about the environment, because this that we are doing is saving the world from all this fossil fuel and all the CO2 emissions. So in your sales talk, that's the things that you need to talk about. Someone that can understand, in the next couple of minutes, I'll be going on load shedding where I am. You've experienced it today. Eskom said it was gonna be stage 2 till today, and stage 3 till today. From tomorrow, stage 4. Then today, they just lost about nearly 4,000 megawatts, and they had to just revert back to stage 4. So this problem of Eskom is not gonna go away, at least in my view, in the next 3 years. But even if we bring it down and says in the next 1.5 years, we halve it, that's the window of opportunity that we've got to better our lives, not just for ourselves to make money out of this thing, but also for South Africa, because we can't be kept in the dark on all those other things. Eskom and the government are not giving us the solution. It's time that we as citizens go and look at our solutions. We can't let our children study and not have Wi-Fi and all those other things, but they've got to write exams, and we're expecting from all those type of things. Weekends, we want to watch our sports, we want to do our things, and then we don't have electricity for the last 2 to 4 hours. And except generation, that Eskom is currently getting a problem. I mean, if we all have noticed, all those towers that are carrying the big wires of Eskom, when last did you see Eskom even replacing those ones and doing maintenance on them? And they're busy rusting, and it's going to come a time that the distribution network is going to fall apart. The same like the generation network, because generation, they left it, they didn't do maintenance, and it's old things, and it was just going down the drain. The same, we're not going to be able to get the power to us even if we generate the power. So it's just going to come worse unless we take this thing in our own hand and go off grid and generate our own power. God has given us the sun. South Africa's got one of the best suns. I mean, our lowest peak in South Africa is 4.3 hours per day, and the highest goes to about 6.3 per day. So God has blessed South Africa with sun. So let's use what God is giving us, and then let's generate our own power. And this will help us for our schools. Those people that are on here, if you are in a body corporate of a school, you go and sell it. The school can even come and out of box thinking. There you can also look at opportunities, not just for yourself, but for the whole school. For example, every child can say, okay, they're going to donate 500 Rand a child, and then, or as a family, and they put it together in that pool, and you put a whole solar farm for that school to have their own electricity, and what they were paying every month for electricity comes back to those people that invested. So it's not like they give it away, or you can say, I've put 500 Rand in now. Every month when that school pay 300 Rand or 100 Rand towards the electricity that comes to me, I'm not going to draw it. I want it to go into a pot. So one day when my child is going to university, I can either sell my share in that venture, take what I've saved, and send my child to university. But all it cost you initially was 500 to 1,000 Rand. So those are the out-of-the-box things that you can go and discuss with your local school to get the contract for us to give them electricity. You know, if you want to be a salesperson, you need to have the heart, because people reject you. They will send you away. They will try and discourage you that this thing is not working or whatever. So you need to be a person that can push, and you must be a person that are good in following up and closing it, because it doesn't matter you've talked to 10 people, but you don't follow up and you don't close the deal. Then someone that's got that thing that can close a deal, just come to your person, and then he takes your orders, and then you don't understand why you're not getting orders. So you need to educate how to close a deal. But as I said, we will help you along the way. Each single customer will be quoted once we do this whole thing, but there's way shorter that we can do the initial quote to see what they need, because as I said, our technology is so wide, it actually can cover everyone according to what you can afford. Because you can either just do solar panels. Now, if you just do solar panels, that means you will only have electricity once there is sun. But obviously, if you want to have electricity when it's not sun, then you've got to go to a much bigger system. But you can start with a small system from 1.5 kilowatt, and you can increase it as you get money up to a 30 kilowatt. But I mean, if you stay like in the big houses, I mean, I'm from Johannesburg, we always make the comparison of Sandton and those things. Those people, even with air conditioners and those things, you don't need a bigger than a 10 kilowatt. But if you want to be safe, maybe a 12 kilowatt, that's the biggest. You can go for a house with a pool, leave the lights on the whole day, leave the TV on the whole day, leave the air conditioners on the whole day, just with the solar system. So it all depends what people want. I had a discussion with Tommy this week, and I said most of the white businesses will obviously concentrate on the people that earn, the teachers, the people that works in the bank and things like that, that can afford the 5 kilowatt units. That's obviously for bigger houses, people that's got the nice houses. That's the 5 kilowatt, but you get the cheaper ones. As I said, that we want to do, like for RDP houses, we can go for the 1.5 kilowatt small units that don't need a lot of lighting, they don't have these big stoves, they don't have the geyser that they use and things like that. So we can model it for cheaper units. Again, even in a squatter camp, that's where I personally think for us that we can get big business like that. The challenge is obviously, do those people have the money? And the second thing is that, will they qualify if we obviously apply for them to do to get the financing? Because we did speak to our financiers, and they said in the past, they obviously did try to finance people that are either on SASA or that are car guards and those type of people. But again, because the devil has robbed us through making us dishonest, and then it's 3 people mess things up, and 1 million people suffer because they pay for 3 months, and after 3 months, then they don't want to pay anymore. So the banks are risky. They said the people, obviously, they will pay in the beginning, but after a couple of months, you can't find them. They don't want to pay and all those other things, even you help me. So they don't want to take that risk. But I said, as our business grow, we will find innovative ideas, out of the box ideas to bring those people in. But personally, I think we should concentrate on those people that can afford, because I'm looking at a cheap solution. Our suppliers are busy trying to work something out that will be cheap, that we can look with 3 panels, and then the whole system in the squatter camp to come at a very cheap price. And just with 3 panels, they should have lights. Even if the sun don't come out for 2 days, it will look after them for 2 days. They will have lights, they can watch the TV, the fridge will be on, they can boil the kettle and do all those type of things. So we're busy with that solution, and we're coming. It's just, if we get the numbers and I can order as much as possible, it actually becomes cheaper. So I'm just busy in discussing to see how we can make that cheaper. But for people, obviously, that are working and that wants to go off grid, we will have to do a full quotation on them. because we need to see if your roof, how is your roof? How many panels can the roof take? We need to see, do you have big trees that will put shade there so that the panels don't get the sun and all those other things. So we can't just blankly say that is a solution, but we'll have just the initial things to say, okay, what do you have? You've got a fridge, you've got a washing machine, you've got a dishwasher, you've got a stove. Okay, you use a gas for your stove or whatever. And then how much is your electricity a month? Then we'll suggest this is the unit that we think you need without having to come to your house. And once you agree and we apply for the finances, the finance is approved, then we come and do a complete audit so that we can see what we're going to provide you is going to give you 24/7 energy. And also at your house, we will have to look at your cables, how your boxes is, there's no loose wires and all those other things, and where the batteries is going to be, where we're going to put it, where we're going to put the inverter. And also, if you upgrade or you extend your house and you need more electricity, where's the rest of the other inverters or equipment's going to come? So those are all the things that we will look at. I am encouraging people just not to concentrate on the household. As I said, I think the squatter camps and the RDP houses is a big opportunity for us. But look at mini factories, look at schools, and even those factories, you can go to the factory owner and you must say, take ownership. You said, listen, I'm selling my solar system. I can arrange for you to finance you. I can finance you. You don't say the bank. All you need to do is fill in the application. If you qualify as a company, I can finance you and you can pay it off anything from 6 months to 25 years. So that's what you need to say. You take ownership. Don't go there as if you're just someone that are coming. Say, listen, I am selling you this and I can get you finance if you do this. If he agrees, you give him the forms, he fills it in, we submit it. Once it's approved, if you're a salesperson, it will go to whoever who's an installer if you're not an installer. But if you're an installer, you will even install. Obviously, again, don't have fear because fear is from the devil. Initially, you will not understand. But if I call you 6 months after you started, you will be educating me because you are on the ground and you will be doing things yourself. So you learn. So the same people that are doing the installations today, they also had their first installation. And you will become good if you are passionate about this whole thing.